Welcome to the Patricia Show. This is part 4, Infinite Mind. I'm going to call this chapter Infinite Mind slash the Power of the Subconscious. There was a psychologist, Janet Perry, back in 1859 to 1947 that stated underneath the layer of critical thinking, of critical thought function in the conscious mind, there is a power, an awareness he called the subconscious mind. Sigmund Freud was from 1856 to 1939, was a psychologist. He also researched the same awareness. He called it the unconscious mind. And he emphasized the importance of it. According to Freud, the unconscious mind continues to influence our behavior and experience. Even though we are unaware of these underlying influences, he felt the unconscious mind was a reservoir of feeling, thought, urges, and memories that are outside our conscious awareness. Pierre and Freud researched the same awareness, but different functions of that awareness. They also named them different things. Different, one called it the subconscious mind and the other called it the unconscious mind. But it is infinite mind. Mozart, he was a music creator, composer from 1756 to 1791. His first note was written when he was 14 years old. It was perfectly written. It needed no corrections. He said it came into his mind and he just described it. Beethoven from 1770 to 1827. Did you know that he was deaf? But all his music came perfectly into his mind. By 1820, when he was almost totally blind, he composed his most celebrated work. The public would call people like this geniuses, but I think it's the power within them. That power within that some call the subconscious mind. I call it the infinite mind. It can solve all your problems, open your creativity, create your goals, and it can help you create wealth and success in your life. I've heard of writers that had dreams, and when they woke up, they dreamed an entire book. No corrections or anything, just had the whole dream of a book, written the book out, and the book was a bestseller. Where does this information come from? From infinite mind. So as I stated in the other audios, what you keep your mind on most of the day, your infinite mind will create. Now, I've had people say, well, I've been thinking about, I was thinking about wealth during the day, but for some reason, I'm still getting lack. That's because the majority of the time, you still have your mind on lack. You can't think about wealth 2 or 3 hours a day and then think about lack for the rest of the time and think you're going to create abundance. No. You have to keep your mind on what you keep your mind predominantly. What you keep your mind on most of the time is what you're going to create. So if you're thinking about lack for 20 hours a day, that's what you're going to create. And you're thinking about abundance the other few hours. You're not going to create abundance. You're going to create lack. So you have to be conscious of what you're have your mind on the majority of the time. You understand? So you can't and then sometimes I've seen some people like that think about abundance. Let's say when they learn about this, they'll start thinking about abundance for a week. They'll think about the abundance, and then the next week their mind go back to the lack again, or they're teetering tottering, or some days it's the lack and some days it's the abundance. Your mind, what you create has to be what you want to create has to be on your mind the most time. I was telling a relative of mine, or well, an in-law of mine, that she was trying to create money in her life, but she would go to the gambling casinos and she was losing. And what I was trying to explain to her is that I'm trying to change your frequency to wealth. But you're going to the gambling casinos, and then when you lose, she gets the feelings of being disappointed because she lose. You see what I mean? And those feelings are so strong that it's wiping out the feeling of lack, because wiping out the feeling of wealth, because she just started thinking about the wealth, you see. And so, but she's been thinking about being disappointed because she's not winning at the casino. So those feelings are strong. So I was telling her what you need to do is stay away from the casinos until you have firmly put in your mind these affirmations, and then wait about 21 days. When she see that the affirmations have start working in her life, then you could go back and do the gambling, because that should, you know, it may take effect, it may not. When you have affirmations, I don't know where your money is coming from. You don't even know where your money is coming from. It doesn't mean your money is coming from it doesn't mean your money is coming from gambling. I have a friend that I had told her to say at night, there is an abundance of spiritual. No, I'm sorry. I told her to say there is an abundance. What did she say? Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I told her to say it every night for 2 weeks. Don't miss. At the end of that time, she went to the riverboat because they have a boat in New Orleans when you gamble. She won $4,000, lost it all the same night. She went back a couple of weeks later, $4,000, lost it all. I told her, it's no guarantee your money is going to come from gambling. I don't know that your money is going to come from gambling. Your money might come from something else. Sure enough, she got an opportunity to open up those group homes. That's where her money came from. She ended up opening up 4 group homes, 2 for women and 2 for men. And shortly after that, and she actually, she still went to gamble every now and then, but she was looking for her money increase to come from gambling. And I was trying to tell her it may not, it might, but it might not. And then when she had the opportunity to get these homes, because she met a social worker, got friends with her, the social worker started sending her clients and stuff. And so then she could see that, you know what, my money is coming from this business, opening up group homes. And that's where her money came from. So you can't, you don't know where your money is coming from, because the only thing you're doing is requesting it. And the infinite mind will see what's the best way to bring it to you. So don't focus on one area, think it's coming from there, because you don't know. But it will come, you don't know. But just sit back, trust infinite mind to bring it to you the best way possible. Okay, so now repetition works well with your infinite mind. The more you repeat something, once it take hold, which usually takes 21 days for a new belief to come into that your mind, your subconscious mind, or your infinite mind. It usually takes 21 days, and then you begin to feel a shift, but it's repetition. So that's why affirmations work, and that's why they really work if you put feeling behind them. Because first of all, it's repetition, you're repeating it over and over. Secondly, you're putting some type of feeling behind this, giving it more power. Remember, your feeling is your second most powerful attribute. So you can do affirmations and do exercises while you're doing it. You could be on what is that bike? I guess just a bike, the exercise bike, when you do it, or some type of activity that you could be on doing while you're doing your affirmations. I myself, like I had put in one of the other recordings, I just squeeze contract my body very tight to bring up a very tight feeling. And that works for me like this, like your whole body is tight. And then I say what it is I want. So that really works for me. But so because it's still feeling and a strong feeling because I'm contracting my whole body. So you can either put up feeling, you can either put up that type of contraction. You could put up like from exercising that feeling, or you could put up love, because that's very powerful. If you can muster up enough love when you're saying your whatever it is, your affirmations, that'll make it come even quicker, because love is the most powerful emotion in the world. So when you're saying your affirmation, remember your mind doesn't know if it's real or it's not real. It's just knows to create. So once you begin to repeat your requests, you'll start seeing your requests work and your requests start coming in. But just remember, it's repetition. And then that's also like, if you're thinking on something all the day, that's still repetition because you're thinking about it all day, or you're repeating it all day. But usually people do repeat stuff like, I'm broke, I don't have no money. They do repeat stuff. But I find that a lot of people keep it on their mind more too, because you can see a person, because I remember my sister told me that a long time ago. She said to me that she don't say that she don't have money. She just think about it. So I think in her mind, she thought that if she think about it, it's okay. But if she said it, because of the power of the word, it's not okay. But I'm here to tell you that whether you think about it or say it, it doesn't make a difference. It's still repetition. You're thinking the same thing over and over again. And so if you're thinking that you're broke, you will be broke. Okay, so if you have any questions about this infinite mind, because this will probably be the last audio I do on it, unless I remember something else I want to tell you. So if you have any questions about it, just please put it in the comments, and then I'll answer your questions, or something you don't understand about infinite mind, or something you want me to teach on infinite mind, or anything like that. Just put it in the comments and I will definitely address it. Thank you for listening to The Patricia Show.